If my grandfather was still alive and he had to deal with this, I don't think he would sell. I know he wouldn't sell. So when the fires happened, I wasn't hysterical in any way. I was still trying to literally get all my errands done. So I go to the post office is burned down. I go to the bank is burned down. I was like, oh, I need to get flounder from Aldi's. Come on now, not the Aldi's. Aldi's is burned down. I was just like, this is crazy. So that day I went down on Lake to Sumi Lashes and I got my lashes done so I couldn't cry for 24 hours. And that's how I coped that day. I'm Auriel Branson and I'm 29 years old. I'm from Altadena, California. I couldn't wait. I had to see if I lost my home. I drove up Mariposa and saw everything was on fire. I drive by my home, it's on fire. I call my mom, the house is gone. So the guy with the hose wanted me to drive that way. There was literally glass breaking onto the street. I couldn't see anything because it was but smoke. So it's like you just want me to drive into the mist and deeper into the fires. So I'm not gonna lie, I drove over his hose. I still have anxiety when I sleep, thinking about those fires, what I could have done differently. Should I have stayed to fight for my home? In Los Angeles, you see pockets of Black communities, but Altadena to me was special because it's I saw people who look like me, but also were homeowners, working professionals, and had generations of people who lived there. There's a lot of history for a lot of people here. My cousin kind of forced me to come on Saturday, and we drove around and I got teary-eyed. And I feel I've just been kind of avoiding it because I don't want to come to terms with the fact that everything is kind of gone. I feel so nomadic and so lost right now. This is my home, still my home. I want to put a birdhouse in the middle of this. So it's somebody can at least live here while I'm paying property taxes. All right, so here we are. This is mi casa. You hear all these stories on social media and Instagram and TikTok about Black families who were displaced and generational, families that have lived there for generations. I'm definitely much of a product of that. This was my grandparents' house. They bought it in the 70s. Unfortunately, my entire side of my dad's side of the family has passed away, so I inherited the property through my grandparents. It wasn't an easy time for me. I was having to learn a lot with very little guidance. But this is the front door. This is the main living room. My grandparents always had a vision that they would be able to pass down this home, especially purchasing a home during those times. They felt it was not probably gonna get better or easier for Black people to acquire homes. So my grandfather, generational wealth was always something that he would preach. That was a big thing for him. The outside, I think, is just a regular home, but the inside was filled with my grandma's art. When you go into the living room, you see a grand piano that was my great-great-grandma's. And then you had my granddad's upright bass because he played a lot of instruments. He was self-taught too, and he was pretty good. That was the kitchen on that side. Next to the kitchen was my bedroom. They would throw really great parties here, and I wish I still had the pictures. We had Polaroid pictures of parties that we would throw here. And it was just kind of cool to see the aesthetic of how they would throw parties versus how later on in life, I would have friends over and get-togethers. Y'all two-stepping in the name of love? After the fires, a nonprofit came to help me sift through like the rubble, and this is before it was cleared out. So I was actually looking for like gold jewelry, like things that like couldn't be perished, or like literally anything. This is what survived. These like Spanish like pots. I want to do something really creative with the back tiles that I was able to recover. I just don't know what it is yet, but I feel like when I'm finally able to rebuild, I want to incorporate them somehow in the building process. And then we have bowls. These bowls survived. So really jewelry and ceramics is all that's left. I, as a kid, and even now as an adult, I collect rubber ducks. I lost all my rubber ducks. I lost LL Cool Quack and Stevie One Duck. Those hit hard. But I lost all of my ducks in the fire. My grandma had a huge infatuation with Japanese culture, as do I. She really appreciated the decor and the spiritual reasoning behind like a lot of the placement of furniture and the architecture and like the morality, like that there's actually morality behind like setting up a room in a Japanese home. So when it comes to me rebuilding, I actually really want to honor that and build it a little bit modern, but I want to still keep like the essence of a Japanese home with Ingawa walkways, the tea garden, a lot of floristry and like plants around me. And then like the tatami floors. As soon as it burned down, I just paid off the mortgage with the insurance, because the insurance, I was severely underinsured. So there was no way that I could even rebuild with the insurance. I was like, let me just pay off the lot and I'll own the land and it'll just sit here until I can figure something out. You gotta come up with solutions. And so that's always how I've been raised. And so it's so hard for me to like actually like ask people for help or for like to have anybody feel sorry for me, because that's just like 10 times, having somebody feel sorry for me is just like 10 times worse of what I've already lost. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't want to sell because it's too close to my family. My grandfather was like 18 and he went to the military and then worked and then purchased a home. This home, I can imagine it meant a big deal. Like this was the home that he raised my father in. This was like his first and only home. I know he wouldn't sell. Hi, y'all. So, remember when I showed you the before picture? We're getting there. It's still not done, but the floor is done. I still got some furniture I need to do and blinds and hang up some art, but it's coming together. See my baby? Mm-hmm. The mortgage was low because I got it for my family. So what was like an $1,100 a month mortgage, I'm now paying $2,400 a month for a temporary rental for a 1-bed, 1-bath. And I don't know how long I can keep that up. I've been avoiding like all of this. I'm 29, I don't know anything about building a home. I don't have anybody that I can really look to help and guide me. I don't even know where to begin, in all honesty. Another issue is like, I'm sorry. hate this. I hate this so much. I have no idea how to build a home, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm going to build the coolest house on this block. You're gonna see it. And like, this used to be all like kind of blocked off. I want everyone to see the house. I want to make sure that I have innovative resources, that I have fire-resistant materials, that I'm making sure that I am tapped into all the newest and latest technology and using it to my advantage. It's going to be something I'm going to be really, really proud of. It's going to be something my family's going to be really, really proud of, and something that my descendants will be really, really proud of. I know there's somebody out there who can help me. I have confidence that I will be able to like, hopefully raise the money and hustle. I'll figure something out before I have to sell. Who's gonna help me? Right? What, Fire 8 LA? John Mayer, I love you so much. If you see this, call me.